2020, we saw it all. Protests, police violence, contested elections, inequality. It was almost like 1968 all over again. Or was it? Tonight, our story on the ladder to social and racial justice.
I'm always hopeful.
In his own words,
we have to say that there's been some change, but not enough, perhaps.
Atlanta's human encyclopedia and treasured historian Dr. Skip Mason takes on a damning indictment.
2020 is a whole piece of work all by itself.
Did the demand for justice that triggered urban rebellion change our country for the better? Or was it more of the same?
The curtain was pulled back, and we saw the true fiber of America and its continued hatred for men and women of color.
The murders of unarmed black men, Ahmaud Arbery, Rayshard Brooks, and George Floyd make 2020 feel like one long riot. But if you ask Dr. Mason,
1968 was a very tumultuous year.
Who has researched and archived civil rights, been there, done that.
There was a T-shirt that said, "This is not my grandparents' generation," and I deplore that shirt.
We are involved in a nonviolent revolution.
Because our grandparents and our great-grandparents, they fought with what they had. They were as courageous as many of us could be, given the light that they had night riders, Ku Klux Klan, lynchings, and hangings.
We must have our freedom now.
The original lieutenants fought institutional racism, segregation, discrimination, and violence. Their successors picked up the mantle, notching historic firsts. Healthpreneur Pinky Cole targeted Atlanta's neglected food deserts and built a dynasty, selling plant-based meals. And this heralded modern-day freedom fighter lost the race for governor, but shook up the election. Historic turnout flipped both Georgia
we gotta come out and vote
and its 2 Senate seats blue.
Sounds like y'all ready for victory.
You look at all of the people who came out to vote, and particularly in Atlanta, because these folks stepped up to the plate. They voted early. They stood in line.
Then there's the state monuments, school and streets named after Confederate leaders, slave owners, and known racists, some removed, some changed.
It is our time now.
Heck, even Juneteenth became a paid holiday, and Crayola, in the name of social justice, added new inclusive skin tone crayons. Progress, says Mason, but not the finish line.
We still have to continue to march. We have to continue to make policy. And those of us in the faith community, as I am, we have to continue to pray and offer hope to those who are hopeless.
And Georgia Tech has added a Understanding Black Lives Matter and the Black Experience in the United States online component to its own library. We have linked it to ours at CBS46.com.
Black History Month is brought to you by Calvin Smith Law, the injury lawyers.